what was Joe Burrow wearing on his hand coming off of, I guess, a team vehicle of some sort on Wednesday? What's going on, Tom? What was that all about?
I mean, I've seen the same Zapruder film that you have, Rich. It does look like it's a pretty common device that you would use if you're dealing with, wrist pain on the thumb side of things. I didn't even realize just kind of how much that had been sent around the internet prior to
Oh,
Joe
yeah.
Burrow then suffering the wrist injury and having to drop out of that game last night. I would say this, the NFL every year, there's always sort of touchstone moments where whether it is a sportsmanship issue, like earlier this year when they sent the thing about pregame fights, or whether it is potential manipulations of injury reports, where the league says enough is enough and they punish somebody and they send a memo to everyone going, hey, if you do this now, it's going to be worse. This might be that moment for the injury reports, just because it looks like fairly blatant that something was going on with his wrist here. Plus, it's a quarterback. It's a nationally televised game. They'll go through the normal process. They always review these, but I would not be surprised if there's some type of a sanction that ends up coming down for the Bengals.
What if it was really a drawing glove for an iPad? Will they want to see what he was drawing? What was he drawing? Like a cat, maybe a Bengal? You know what I mean? Will they want to see the actual artwork, Tom?
I thought, based on the leather jacket he was wearing with it, it might have been like a leftover Michael Jackson Halloween costume.
Okay.
And that was the glove. That's where my brain was going. But iPad drawing glove, yeah, that's a totally normal thing. It could be. I don't know. I don't own one.
Do we have the photograph of it? I think, honestly, Tom, I mean, that's the number of Bengals fans were like, everybody's barking up the wrong tree here. And it would stand a reason why Zach Taylor's like, yeah, the first I heard about it was when he got hurt on the field. But you could see it does actually look quite a bit like the glove that he was wearing coming off the bus, Tom, to be straight up with it.
And certainly could be. And we'll find out. That's why the league will review all the practice reports and the medical reports and photos and videos and everything else here. But again, if they in fact find that there was any type of a violation, he had any pre-existing injury, then I would not be surprised at all if this ends up being that moment where they decide to send a message by punishing somebody.
Tom Pelissero here on the Rich Eisen Show, and let's get to what he is actually suffering from right now. What is it?
Zach Taylor called it a wrist sprain, not believed to be anything that's broken, but obviously it was sufficient that it impacted his ability even to grasp the football. I mean, I was struck by, Rich, the image on the sideline of him just trying to even, cock the ball back and throw it. And it's like the ball comes loose before he could even begin to bring the arm forward. That would tell you that he's dealing with something significant enough here that he was not going to be able to go back into that game. So at this point, I would fairly say that people are bracing for this to be something that keeps Joe Burrow out for at least a little bit of time here. We also know that Joe Burrow, his competitive nature, how he handles his body, the way that he pushed through the calf, that if there's a way physically possible for him to tape it up or wear a brace or wear his iPad drawing glove on the field, whatever it might be, then he's going to go ahead and do that. I don't put anything past Joe Burrow here, but again, he was getting an MRI. I think that already happened this morning here. You're always going to go out and get second opinions on things like this. And the fact they played it Thursday night gives them a little bit more time here to kind of go through that process and try to make some final determinations over the weekend.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.